Hello, Scorpio. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. Happy New Year, and I hope all of you had a beautiful holiday season. All right, Scorpio. So from Alice, you pulled Belong to Your Own Dream, Create Your Own Life. And then from Whispers of Healing, you pulled Breathe. A lot of you are needing to breathe through the negativity that is surrounding you because you are now realizing that you have been living a life that is not a part of the dream that you've had for yourself. That's basically what this is coming down to. Belong to Your Own Dream is saying that you may have been no longer making decisions, staying with people or jobs that are not a part of your dream. But it's saying that now you can decide to make big changes and start being a little bit more authentic to you and doing what you truly want to do. But first comes the realization, and I think that that's where breathe is coming in, where you need to breathe first and get rid of the negativity in your space before you take any action here, right? Realize it, make the decision to change your life, but before you act, breathe. Make sure that you're coming from a place that isn't, negative, right? All right, Scorpio. Here's your overall. The Four of Wands. Hey, good. So, with this being the overall, hopefully we're talking about you getting to a place of stability, accomplishing something big in your life and being able to celebrate it. It's good. It's good. We could be talking about you building your life with someone here. I like the Four of Wands. Oh my God. But it comes out of a really bad ending. Jeez, man. So in the past, the Ten of Swords. So clearly here is something that is definitely done and over with, but in a way that does not feel good at all, right? The painful ending. But again, you can only go up from here. Oh, yay. Oh, Scorpio, this better become a regular thing. For a lot of the beginning of last year, it was the Ace of Wands for Aries. So hopefully here we're going to continue with the Ace of Cups for Scorpio. Yay. The Ace of Cups in the present moment. And then you have the Four of Wands as the overall. Perfect. Now, this could be, though, that you need to let something go before you can see this new beginning. But we're still looking at an accomplishment here. Now, with the Ace of Cups, we could be talking about new love. Something that is going to bring you emotional fulfillment, right? Your cup runneth over. I think it's a rare thing for Scorpio to feel absolutely fulfilled. And if you have an opportunity to feel that, that is something that you're going to want to take advantage of. And I think that you do. But the Ten of Swords, man. And it may be that you need to do this. I kind of get the feeling that some of you are needing to do this. But once it happens, this is what you're going to experience. Very nice. So future conditions, the Three of Pentacles. Now for some of you, it could be about a job, and it could be about, doing something new here, starting a different project, showing off your skills and talents, working with other people, right? But this could be, though, about something that definitely ended in a way that you did not perceive as well. There could be a new beginning with this, but it's really up to you on whether or not the situation can work, right? But again, the Four of Wands, you're moving into this place where there's going to be a reason to celebrate. Wow, Scorp, I don't know. I feel both. I do. I feel both. But I want to see what's going on here. Yay. Yay. Your best path to follow, the star. See the bigger picture, right? Wash yourself clean of the bullshit. Restore hope in your dreams. And again, healing, right? And I think a lot of you, before you move forward, you just need to breathe and meditate. I've been fucking up my life and I've not been following the right path, but that's okay. I still got really good things coming in. I just need to think about the action I'm going to take. And it may suck for somebody else, but I don't know. I have the feeling of both. I think that some of you are needing to end a situation. For some of you, this is a situation that already ended really badly, but here we go again. But it looks good, though. Oh my God. Yeah, and this is kind of why I feel like I'm feeling both here. In your environment, the Tower, and you're going to have to make some drastic changes, I think, before you can take advantage of a new opportunity that's going to bring you that kind of happiness. So it comes at a cost. That's what I feel like. But again, with the Tower, it's not a bad thing. It is about wiping the slate clean, but it's saying that you've been building you have been building something up so much that it can't withstand in your life, right? The Tower has to come down. God, if I could talk right. But out of this destruction is this new beginning. But are you like avoiding having to do something really difficult, But the thing is right, like, you're moving into this place where I think that you start working on it, right? And even if, things are falling apart here, there is going to be a new beginning. You're going to have to get to work on it for sure. But I like that you move into the Four of Wands. But right, the bigger picture, the bigger things, you deserve bigger and better. Your hopes and your fears, the Page of Wands. Now, that for me, I look at as, first of all, I don't think that you're hoping or fearing communication. I swear to God, I know how to talk. What the fuck? Let me take a drink of coffee here for a minute. Okay. The Page of Wands. Like I always say, for me, this is very closely related to the Fool, where we're taking a new path, but there's the excitement, the passion, the drive. And I think that for you, if you do this, you want this to be something completely new. If you have a passion for it, you don't want to see the same things that you've experienced before. But like I said, I don't think that you're hoping or fearing communication. I think that, communication is coming through to you. I just think that you want this to be different. You want to experience something that you haven't before. And I think for a lot of you, it's almost like I need to feel again. I need to feel something. But for you, this looks really good, right? As long as you're willing to take this path. You may not know what, is going to happen, but your passion is what drives you here with the Page of Wands. Wow, man. Oh my God, why? Shit. Coming out, the Seven of Swords. Now, going back to this feeling of you having to do something abruptly in order to take a new beginning. It may be that you need to take what you can, get the hell out, and just go. But we're also talking about, things being done on the down low, right? Hidden intentions. But maybe you don't have a choice, I kind of get the feeling that you're forced to do it in this way. But I think that you're not alone. I think somebody may be assisting you in making a really drastic change in your life. And I think that you realize that, the situation is going to end in a really difficult way. But I think it's already been over with for you, if that makes sense, with that Ten of Swords. But you are rebuilding your life for sure. Somebody else may be involved though. But the thing is I think that you have no choice. Now looking at the Seven of Wands, right? Like, again, with the Seven's timing, right? When the timing is right, you may have to do this. But that to me is saying that at some point in the past, you have been very vocal about what you are not willing to deal with, but you have been opposed, right? So I don't think it's about an inability here to speak up. I think that you have before and you've kind of like drawn the line in the sand, but it's not something that, somebody else was hearing. It's like they didn't get it, that you were being pushed to this point where the situation is going to end. Now, moving into the Queen of Wands with the Ace of Cups in the Tower, I think in order for you to feel better about yourself, you're ready to fucking destroy something in order to have that new beginning, because it makes you feel good, right? And being confident. I think that there is a part of you that almost feels like is being resurrected here. And it may be because of someone with the King of Swords here. And again, male or female, right? You got both going on here. We could be talking about fire. We could be talking about air. But I also look at the King of Swords and think that, this was not without a lot of thought. Having to do things in this way was not done, by the seat of your pants here. Clearly you thought about it and you really put in a lot of time into looking for the right answer here. But with the King of Swords, I would say that, you have learned what you needed to. You have the information that you need. It may be that you have no choice but to do it this way. But I think that there is some assistance here. I think that somebody else may be helping you to make a drastic change in your life, because what you have going on right now you know is not something that is going to last forever. You know, unfortunately, it may be one of those situations where absolute destruction is the only way for you to get the new beginning that you want, unfortunately. You know, and it's not like a Two of Pentacles type of thing where you're keeping two different situations going, but I think that you may consider it at some point. But I would say that, you know, this is going to fall away. It has to, you know, especially if it's not in line with your bigger hopes and dreams. You know, because we're looking at the Four of Wands as the overall, I don't think that somebody is purposely being, you know, sneaky or sketchy. I think that, you know, if we are talking about another person and maybe it's not that easy for them to speak up, you know, maybe you just need to trust that it's not going to be like everything else, because I'm looking at everything here indicating that everything is going to be fine for you. You know what I mean? But I think for a lot of you, you're going to be forced to have to do something quietly and abruptly. But I don't think that you would do this if you didn't think it was worth it. I really think that you put a lot of thought into this. In transition, yeah, I would say a huge transition, major one in your life, but it comes at a cost. But the thing is that you're awakening to the fact that you can't continue to live a lie. I think that that's what that's saying. So awakening to magic, and that's going to lead to a big transition. But magic is saying that you see the magic in life and the magic of why things happen the way they do. You know, you see how everything fits together. You know, but you have the wake-up call here for sure. And then first light, beginning a new cycle. There you go. And maybe you just need to give yourself some time to breathe and relax here before you begin this new cycle, because it's going to be destructive. Right? But I would say that even if you have to do things in this way, we're still looking at you rebuilding your life, right? And this could literally be you deciding to move out and have a new beginning for yourself. It doesn't necessarily have to be with another person, but I don't think that you're alone. I think that the Three of Pentacles is showing that you may have some assistance, you know. But I'm telling you, that star there, everything here is indicating that things are going to be better for you. You're going to have to put in the work here, but, you know, again, you're not alone. You're not alone. It sucks that it has to be this way. But I think that if you have enough passion and drive, you know, you're going to see things that I don't think that you expected.